Good morning, FB fam. How is everyone doing out there? We are here for another Get Me Through Wednesday. Hope that you all are doing well on this kind of cool Wednesday morning. It's good to have a little coolness, not be so hot. I know eventually it's probably going to wear off, but it's always good to have these mornings wherein we can at least put on some of our sweaters and light jackets and things of that sort. But I want to get into this Get Me Through Wednesday. The topic I want to talk about today is one that I have a hard time dealing with. Which is trust. I think that's one to wherein when you deal with the idea of trust and trusting folks and being able to trust different things, trust is a major part of who we are and what we deal with. Trust is something that even from the time that we are born until we grow up, and even as we grow older, trust is something that always seems to circle back around and come into our lives. If we don't trust something, it's hard for us to believe in it. When you deal with trust is a firm belief in the reliability, the truth, the ability, or the strength of someone else or something. And so when we don't trust something, we don't believe in it. Most of the time, and most of the couples that my wife and I have had the opportunity to counsel, it's always been about trust. I don't trust them that they're going to love me the way that I love them. I don't trust them to handle the finances. I don't trust them to be able to parent the children. It's always about trust. Trust is what keeps us going to work every day, because we don't trust that we would be able to survive without that job. At the same time, we go and we allow ourselves to be somewhat beat upon or subject to certain things while working, because we don't trust. We don't trust that the job is going to fulfill this void that we have, or we don't trust that they'll keep us on or they won't fire us. Trust is something that operates in our life on a daily basis. The crazy thing is that I figured out trust somehow, some way is connected to forgiveness. If we don't trust it, it's hard for us to forgive, which means that typically when you look at our forgiveness or the lack thereof, if we don't forgive a person, it's usually tied to the fact of we don't trust a person. Our exes, somehow, some way, we didn't trust them. That's why they're there. That's why they are our exes. That's why we're not together. The relationship dissolved because we didn't trust that person. I give you a good example. If you go out to your car and it doesn't start because the battery is dead or whatever, when you get a new battery, when you get back in that car, you still at some part of you, some piece of your person still puts that key in with a little hint of distrust because it didn't start the last time. That's how we operate. Trust is something that we have a hard time doing. That's why we have a hard time sometimes believing in those things that we don't see. We correlate God to man. And because man has failed us before, we don't trust God because we can't see God. I can see my fellow man. Sometimes we don't trust in God because we cannot see what he is doing behind the scenes. We don't trust the process because we can't see the process. A friend of mine, he and I were on the phone yesterday, and we were trying to, we were dealing with something and kind of correlating, trying to make plans to do some things. It did not work out. And I remember him saying to me, we have to trust the process. That wasn't for us, said. So maybe there's something else that God has for us that's greater than what we were trying to get. So my word for you today is to trust the process. Someone listening, someone that will see this, someone that will share this has a problem with trust. We have trust issues, folks. I have trust issues. You have trust issues. The who we're married to may have trust issues. We have a problem trusting. And trust is the foundation to anything that we will do. We got to trust the process. I got to trust that my business will be successful. I have to trust that my children will go to school and learn and not get in trouble or not get harmed while they're at school. I got to trust my coworker that they will work alongside me, not because they like me or they're in love with me, but trust the fact that we got to get this job done and that you're going to do your part and trust that I'm going to do my part. We got to trust our partners, those people that we're in a relationship with, whether you're married or dating. You got to trust the fact that they're going to be working and they're going to love you the way that you love them, but there's no guarantee. That's the cold part about trust. There's no guarantee. Just because you trust that other person, that doesn't mean that they're going to trust you. So what I want you to get today is be able to trust. Work on your trust issues. Why do you have them? And realize that sometimes they are tied to your lack of forgiveness. Sometimes the problem is not the other person. Sometimes the problem is you. Because you don't trust the process. You don't trust the person. You don't trust the situation. As I sign off, love is a funny thing because you got to love, and love is a part of trust. If you don't trust that love will be something that you can give and you're not really guaranteed to get it back in return, you still got to trust the process. So work on your trust issues today. Where are you lacking in moving forward? Is trust a hurdle? Do you not move forward because you can't trust, because you can't see, because you don't know what's up ahead? Trust that things will work in your favor. As the song says, all things are working for your good. It's intentional. Trust is intentional. I'm Pastor Said, and I'm out.